Okay, so I'm gonna make a video here pertaining towards something. I was trying to do gold earlier, and I had a dead mic working on my video, so I'm just gonna make a video. Try to do much as I can once a day, one a day or something like that, and until we find some good little picks. But I'm pretty much gonna go through the track of my prior videos and do some updates on those, see where they're actually heading at this point. I'm not showing my face. No, cool. So with gold here, it is April 19, 2020, and we are currently around the areas of 1700 going into the 1600s, high 1600s. So what are we expecting with gold? And before I get started, I want to go ahead and give my disclosure, which is this is my study page. This is my student only reference page here. And what we do here is we like to anticipate the market versus participating in that regard. Anticipate the prices. So with that being said, you want to seek out for other legal advices. This is not for a legal advice page here. We like to give analysis. Okay. So with that being said, I actually see gold. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and just kind of move on with some of these touch bases on some of these things here. But of course, gold, I would like for it to really get on up into the 1780, 1783 with more volume participation on the actual going into that 1783 price. And right now we having a pullback. I'm on a daily chart, and so I'm expecting, from my point of view, would seem to be all the way back to the 1500 for it to test for support. And so are we gonna break through this 1647 price range support area first? So we see the 1647 price range. Are we going to disregard that? Right now it just seems like it is some volume coming from up top. Seems like there is volume coming from the top side. We're still currently in a overall buyer's market with gold, but at the same token, we're not talking about the overall here. We're talking about something more of a recent, maybe something that would help individuals into where they enter and getting in on the actual getting ready for the bull. I feel like this is somewhat of a bull, and we're going to see those higher prices. The higher prices that we initially saw in gold was around the 1900s, back in 08, 09, let's see, 11. And of course it got into the top 1900s at that time. Are we going to look to approach that again? And what are we going to do once we get there? So is gold overall something you want to hold on to for a hard tangible paper, or what, and what are you expecting gold to do? I know gold is giving a lot of people some doubt over the years, but if you look into what's taking place, a lot of that sideways motion here that you see took place back in 2013, going all the way into this 18, 19, 18 area, and then we saw a pull down all the way testing the bottom of that 18 area, which I would say, if I'm reading from left to right, what I be looking at my chart, and I put my deal there at 1176. If we go and we test and see, we did break through to 1157, but we did come back up and we tested that 1176 that I was referring to twice, and that was the last time we seen the bottom. So I can gauge it even from left to right and tell you where support would actually fall into place once we get through a lot of the commotions that took place over the decade. And now we're up testing the top. We actually approached the initial top area of 16, let's say whatever, 16, 20, 16, 15. And so that would be something ideal of a bottom support. Now, if it does not hold at that bottom support of that 1620 area or so, and it gets back and it gets down into the 1593, I expect it to again give me support, and I'm not sure technically how far to go. So I'm looking at that 1593 area so as support, and if we start to pierce through those areas and getting down into the low mid 15 areas, then I expect us to test the actual 1500 flat 1502 area, and after that we don't want to test anything else. We shouldn't have to see nothing no lower than 13 areas again at no point in time. So I would definitely consider this to be a buyer's area. If it does want to get back all the way to the 13 or so area, fine. It can still be that in a very good, healthy, strong buy support by doing that. But if it gets it down into testing the low 1100s again, then obviously we're concerned. Then that's not it should not get past anything below the 1300 areas, period. Or we'll be looking for a downside in gold. So that's the analysis on gold. Overall, like I say, this is something for safe havens. This is something for hard tangibles. This is something moving things when you're transferring. This is for longevity. Keeps the value regardless of a lot of these paper currencies, these fiat papers work on the actual currencies of gold spots is not as solid as it would be as a hard tangible. You can look at silver right now. Silver went down to whatever number, but if you wanted to go into the store and purchase some of those Eagle coins, then they have a flat minimum that they will be selling them to you for, right? And make sure they keep that premium on there. So that lets you know a lot of a difference between purchasing something hard, tangible versus this paper fiat, which works good in both ways now. But again, we want to look at support around the 16 to the high 1500 and respond back there. But we do have currently events of high volume coming off of the highs and completely not getting to where I want it to be, which is in the actual 1780 testing area. So if we hopefully to get another try back at the 17 area testing area, and even if it's a spike for a period of time, we want to see how it approaches that. And after we see that, then we should have another pullback into the 1600s, but into the 1600s area, to be more solid sound when we're looking for a continuing up move to the upside, breaking through the 17s and getting on to the 1900s to test that area. And so these are good analysis to where you should get in, where you can get in at the bottoms. Be patient and wait out some things. You can scale by purchasing on a weekly basis or so, monthly basis, and scale in and so forth and accumulate, okay, or store storing your value of things into something hard tangibles that also can carry its weight in gold, even more when it's in hard tangibles versus this right here. But this gives you an idea of leverage of what the spot price would be. Okay, so again, we have one good leg movement from the 1100s all the way on up to the 19, and that break, that support area was back on the 1400s and right around the 1545 area. We tested that area. Don't like the test because as if I can look at it close enough, even with that. Let me go back here and see what's going on. So let's see. Okay. Alright, so we test that area and then we try to play around with it. So, alright, I don't care for all that. See what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Alright, so this little ordeal going on right there. Doesn't give me good, funny feelings about everything when it comes to truly testing that high. Right now, the actual high is not satisfying for me, and if it continued to the downside, which I'd seriously doubt it here, you got too much buying going on without testing it again. And so we'll wait to that point in time, because right now you would have to see yourself all the way back. You see yourself all the way back here. Go back. Yeah, you'll see yourself all the way back to prices of 1470, 1475. So you get on up. Alright, so that's it on gold. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your efforts. I'm going to go ahead and upload this and just kind of continue to practice on getting a video out here and there, speaking about different subject matters, different charts. Here, what we do is we like to anticipate price moves and see where they go, but we want to gauge them better than just stating the news. We don't like to follow news. In that regard, we rely on the chart prices. Okay, that way, as you see some of my videos, when we're talking about it being a bull market and the news is talking nothing but negative downside, then of course we don't follow news. We end up following charts, which will give you the better direction. Okay, thank you again for your time. This is Analysis on Gold for 2020, April 19th. Take care.